Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So let's start with another bishop's opening video. So game continues e4, e5, bishop to c4. As we all know, that's why we call it bishop opening. Knight to f6, d3, c6, knight f3, bishop to e7, knight to c3. Okay, in the last video you have seen that rather than playing knight to c3, white preferred to play castle. Okay, white preferred to play castle, but in this video we will see that knight to c3. And also I have told you last video why we should not play knight into e5. Okay, I hope you have remembered why we should not play knight into e5. If you have not seen the last video, then go and watch it. Okay, the game continues. Knight to c3, d6, a5, a4, uh, bishop to g4, h3, bishop to h5, okay, g4, okay, g4. Now you see that preferably we should not allow g4 because we need to castle. Okay, we need to castle and hold the position. But here white has played aggressively. Okay, white has played aggressively, planning g4 h like this. Okay, g4 h4, then h5 or g5 like this. White is planning to play aggressively. Okay, also you see most of the pieces are almost developed. Okay, most of the pieces are almost developed, that's why white prefers to play like this. And also white has option of castling on the queen side. Okay, queen side is not attacked as of now. Bishop is there, knight is there. Okay, this pawn is okay a bit far away, but yeah, bishop can definitely protect and act like a defender. So here the game continues. Bishop to g6, queen to e2, queen to e2. Okay, rather than pushing directly, okay, if you push directly, then knight would come here, then jump here. Okay, so after why queen to e2 is played by white? Because it wants to defend the pawn. Okay, might be in future he has some plan of playing a pawn to d4 and break the center, because after castling the rook will have the open fight. Okay, so that for that reason only white has preferred playing queen to e2. Knight b d7, h4. Okay, h4. Now you see that h4 is played an idea. Okay, we have to push the pawn and capture the bishop. Okay, we should not capture this knight into g5 g4, or h3 will trap the bishop. Okay, I hope this much you have got the idea. So black preferred here playing the h5, g5. Okay, now you see these pawns are having a lot of control over the board, and also pushing the blacks all the pieces backward. Okay, all the backward. This all squares are in under the white's control. Okay, this all major squares. So that's why for this advantage only white has preferred breaking the this castle side. Okay, this castle side. Game continues. Bishop to e3. Okay, now planning to castle. Okay, planning to castle, also pushing this pawn on d4 and breaking the center. Now now you see white black cannot castle on the king side. Okay, black cannot castle on the king side because already these pawns are advanced and everything is watching. Okay, on the king side, everything is watching up on the king side. So castling there would be a very disaster for the black, because a lot of tactical motives will open up for the white then. So game continues. Knight h f8. Okay, okay, trying to centralize the knight. Okay, here if it comes on the center, then it will have a good central squares. Okay, hold on the central squares. So before knight jumps in and waste a move like for castling, so white prefers pushing the pawn directly d4. Okay, pushing the pawn directly d4. If it captures, then bishop will capture, and again it will give an attack. Okay, again it will give an attack to the g7 pawn. So black's plan, so white plan is to break the center. okay, because the king is on the center, and after castle the rook will also join the party. So game continues. Knight to e6. Okay, knight to e6. Okay, now you see knight to e6. Now after pushing this pawn, okay, then it will be a simple exchange. Then the knight will also have the center square. If we capture with the pawn also, then the knight may come here. Okay, rather than white thought, okay, this is a bit clumsy position. Why not isolate the pawns? Okay, why not isolate the pawns? Okay, if I capture this knight, the pawn will come. If you capture this pawn will come. Double isolated pawns. Why not do and create that kind of weakness? So white has preferred choosing that. So d into e5, d into e5, bishop into e6, f into e6. Now directly we can play castle. Okay, directly we can play castle. Definitely we can do that. That is also possible. Also you can play queen to c4. Okay, queen to c4. Then directly we are attacking this pawn. Okay, if the, for example, if knight comes and attacks, then we can directly capture this pawn, attacking the bishop. If the bishop comes there, we can get another pawn, again having pressure on the g7 pawn. Okay, there are a lot of possibilities. So now this pawn is under attack. In order to prevent that, black thought, let's play king to f7. This is a bad move. Okay, this is a bad move. This is a bad move. Now you just analyze the position. Why this is a bad move? You have seen in my thumbnail also that why this is the same position. Why this is a bad move? In this position only you should understand what should be your winning plan. Okay, winning attack. At this position you should try to come to a solution. Okay, this is a winning attack. Now I have to execute this, no matter what black plays. Okay. So first of all, you see, I am just giving you an idea. This king can be attacked by the knight, and if after giving check the king moves, the bishop will fall. But as of now, this pawn is under control by the black's knight, so we need to eliminate this knight. Okay, simple. Now I hope you have got the idea. So game continues. White has played long castle. If you see, now we can definitely capture. The knight cannot capture, or the queen will fall. So queen has moved from the pin. Queen to c7. Now what should we play? What was our plan? Rook into d7. Okay, if the queen captures, now we'll give a check and capture the queen. Okay, we don't need bishop now, we'll capture the queen now. Okay, here black has resigned. So this was another video. If you like it, give a like, do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Do support my channel, guys. I hope you're enjoying the videos. See you in the next video. Bye.